Good evening, and thank you for joining us today on today's virtual open day. Thank you for attending. Today's first speaker will be the Director of Self-Funded Teaching and Programs, Dr. Bomi Nomlala.
Thank you, Dr. Mqadi, and thanks to our attendees. I see that they have already posted some questions in the Q&A session. We'll attend those, I think, in due course. As Dr. Mqadi has indicated, I am Bomi Nomlala, the Director for Self-Funded Teaching Programs. I have been asked to welcome you and provide some introductory remarks. This session of the program generally is done by the Dean and the Head of School, Professor Mabuto Sibanda, but he couldn't be with us this evening because of some other urgent university engagements. A warm welcome to you as our special guests, and this evening, particularly those that will be considering academic opportunities in our school. I have program managers, academics, administrators, our marketing team, our PR team as hosts who will take questions or address you on specific program related issues. Allow me to outline briefly about our strategic vision as a school, our school in general and its program. I'll start with the strategic vision of our school. We want as a school to be an international acclaimed school in accounting, economics, and finance, and we strive to achieve that as a school in all what we do. An overview in terms of what we offer as a school is we have 2 undergraduate programs. We have 17 postgrad programs. We have over 2,500 students per year. We have over 70% throughput in terms of people qualifying and graduating from our school. We have over 70 full-time academics who are working in the school. In terms of how we try and remain relevant, we have frequently review our programs to ensure that all our programs talk to the market needs. Therefore, you would benefit a lot when you do any of our programs, because our programs have been realigned to talk to specific needs of industry. Our programs are accredited. We have accreditation from SAICA, the Financial Planning Institute. We've got ACA accreditation. We have SAIPA, which we are finalizing accreditation with, and SAIT, which is the South African Tax Institute, which we're also finalizing the accreditation with. We also have industry collaboration where we talk to industry come to our students and market their workplace and their programs. And we are in the process of solidifying that via an MOU with some industry companies where our students could benefit a lot from that partnership. We also have bursaries as a school in terms of assisting our students. Majority of UKZN students come from previously disadvantaged background. We make an effort as a school. I think we've, over the past 2.5 years, raised over 45 million. And all those students who are deserving and qualifying would also be afforded an opportunity to get those. As I conclude, I'd like to encourage you to consider us as an education provider and us as an institution of choice. And as you seek to develop yourself, and please remember that knowledge is power. In closing, I would use Anton Chekhov's words that says, knowledge is of no value unless it's put into practice. I now challenge you attendees, using Anton's words, that you must use the information gained in this open day as the knowledge stepping stone. Ask as many questions as possible in the Q&A session, and program managers will be here to, one, address you on the specifics of their programs, two, to answer your specific program-related queries. Thank you for now. We're not closing the session. I know we're not at the end of the session, but the program managers will now come in and do a brief presentation on each of the specific programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Namlala, for your welcome, and good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Faiza Pirbai, and I'm the current program manager for our postgrad diploma in finance, banking, and investment management, which we lovingly refer to as FBIM. So this program is designed to give you a broad overview and knowledge of different sectors within the financial services industry. And it's one of the only programs of its kind in this country at the moment, which allows you to gain competence in finance, financial management, bank management, as well as investment management. Whereas with other postgrad diplomas that are currently on offer, you'll find that they are focused either in financial management or in bank management or in investment management. So this program is definitely unique, and it equips you for a broad array of different career opportunities within the financial services sector. It's also, because of its uniqueness, quite a popular program within our school. And just to use 2021 as an example, we had in excess of 400 applications to fill around 160 seats. And these seats get filled quite quickly. So the entry requirements for this program is that you have a 3-year relevant degree, which is equivalent to an NQF level 7. And any degree is welcome, although we recommend that you have at least basic numeracy and financial literacy skills, just to make it easier for you to cope with the postgrad diploma and the difficulty that it may pose. We also accept students with an NQF level 6, which is a diploma. However, if you are applying and you have an NQF level 6, you will have to have, in addition, a minimum of 2 years working experience in the financial services sector. And so if you're one of these students, you can apply using our recognition of prior learning procedure. And so if you need assistance with that, you can always contact us to help. The program itself is done over 1 year if you're taking it on a full-time basis, but you do have the opportunity of taking it over 2 years, which is then part-time. So you break up the modules over 2 years. And our lecture sessions are designed to assist you because we know that many of the students who take the program are working. So the lectures happen on Monday evenings up till Thursday evening from 5:30 to 8:30. There are 8 core modules in the program, so there are no electives, and there's also no research projects necessary. And each of the modules are designed to equip you with different skill sets that would be necessary for different positions within the financial services sector. The program that you see on the screen at the moment is also one that's been developed after a review process where we had external industry experts come in and review our program and recommend to us on what changes need to be implemented to ensure that the graduates that we produce are of the highest quality and that they're also equipped for the current financial services sector. Because as you would know, there have been a wide array of changes in the financial services sector over the last few years. And we're seeing an emergence of financial technology, which is taking over and really reshaping the way that the industry functions. So financial management A and B, for example, would equip you to deal with issues that financial managers may deal with, such as how do I raise my capital? How do I manage cash flows? How do I decide between profitable investment opportunities and things like that? Investments and risk and portfolio management equip you with more of the skills that are necessary for a career in asset management or a financial analyst position, for example. So these modules deal with things like, how do you value stocks and bonds? How do you decide on what to include in your portfolio? How do you evaluate different funds? And how do you identify risks and then manage them? Bank management is a module that's dedicated specifically to the issues relevant in the banking sector, because we know that that's really unique within the financial services sector and banks function differently. So we've dedicated an entire module to that. The business statistics module seeks to equip you with quantitative skills, which will allow you to do your own analysis. And we function primarily in Microsoft Excel there. So it does increase your proficiency in Excel. Financial technology is a new module that we've introduced for the 2022 academic year. And it deals with a lot of the buzzwords that you will be hearing about currently, such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, and cryptocurrency. And that module really seeks to understand what are these technologies and how has it changed the financial services sector. And finally, the business strategy and management module is also one that has been overhauled for the 2022 year. And it's designed to kind of synthesize the information for the other modules so that you see the bigger picture of the content that you learned and where it lies. And it also assists you in developing your managerial. Can you do with it thereafter? There are quite a wide variety of different opportunities that you may have. So we have a master's in finance, banking, and investment management, which there's two options, the coursework or the research. So the natural progression is into that if you want to do a master's. We've got a master's in commerce finance within the institution, which is pure research. There is an exam known as the Chartered Financial Analyst, CFA. It's a 3-level FPI, equips you with a lot of the content that you will deal with in that qualification. It's an internationally recognized one, and it's needed specifically if you want to go into a career like investment banking. And then there's a wide range of different career opportunities because, like I said, this program gives you a broad overview of the financial sector. So stock brokerage, investment banking, asset management, commercial or business banking, corporate finance, just some of the opportunities that you will have. And like Dr. Namlala said, we do have bursary opportunities available. So if you are in need of one or interested in the program and need further information, you can simply contact us. That's it from me on the specifics of the program. If you do have any questions, please post them in the Q&A and I'll respond to them at the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Payby, for a wonderful presentation. My name is Professor Paul Francois Muzindutsi. I'm the program manager for postgrad diploma in financial planning, and I'll briefly give you information on this program and maybe answer the questions that you may have. This is a well-structured program accredited by Financial Planning Institute for Southern Africa, known as FPI. It is designed to provide necessary theoretical and practical knowledge for students to cope with financial planning or be prepared to be financial planners. It's also ready to FPI board examination, which is known as Professional Competence Examination. This examination is a requirement for one to become a certified financial planner. So this program equips you and gives you advantage to go through the process of becoming certified financial planner. And if you know the financial planners, it's a scarce skill in the country, and it also gives you an opportunity to practice as a tax practitioner, estate planner, and it opens door for you. Who do we target? Normally, it is designed for people in the industry working as financial planners or financial advisors, but without professional qualifications. We have room for them, and also the non-professionals who want to have a career in financial planning. those are mostly our fresh graduates who finish a degree and want to take a part in financial planning. The program is 1 year full time, and you can also do it in 2 years. As my colleagues has indicated, the program is offered in the evenings to accommodate those who are working. And normally our lectures start around 5:30 in the evenings, and we end around 8:30. We have 8 modules, and these modules are mostly interconnected and evaluated by the FPI. So we don't change them or we cannot negotiate them. So they are aligned with other institutions offering the program, and you have been reviewed and recommended if we need to improve or change the module. If I may highlight, the recent review was just 2 years back, and we received the feedback from FPI and we implemented them. What I can highlight in the modules on the screen is maybe the one on the end, integrated financial planning, is a module that you do in the second semester to integrate everything and basically prepares you to writing the FPI exams. The other modules, they feed into that. We have been allowing students to start a program in second semester, but due to the interconnection of the modules, we find it difficult for some students to cope with semester 2 modules. So we do encourage students to start in semester 1. So what are the requirements for this program? We want any degree as the same as FBIM. We also do take colleagues or students who have any QF level 6, but they do not have any QF level 7, as long as you have a 2 years experience in the financial advisory or financial service industry. It's not only a degree, even an advanced diploma at any QF level 7 that qualifies to come to this program. I also want to highlight that in the program, we have limited number. So we do rank students according to their previous performance and also according to their experience. So we try to balance between practical working group of students and also those fresh from university. So it's a balanced group, approximately 30 to 35 students. And then what are the opportunities for this program? After completing this program, when you're still in the program, let me start there. When you're still in the program, you have the right to register with FPI through their student membership. That is a good opportunity network for you to network with industry and also deal with other financial advisors who can offer internships. There's also bursary opportunities from the school, and also FPI does offer bursaries to our top students. So we have a good working relationship with industry and FPI. There's also some internship programs where we deal with different financial advisors, companies, and they can take our students on the completion of the program while you're training and preparing for the exam. Talking of preparing for the exam, we do have support program to help you prepare for the exam as long as you notify us. And we also work with FPI to prepare our students for the exam after attending the qualification. And then the career opportunities, first, if you pass your exam, you can have the CFP designation, which allows you to practice as a financial analyst, tax practitioner, estate planner, and there is quite a lot of opportunities. For also those who don't want to be CFP professionals, you can still attend the qualification and work in financial services without going the route of becoming a professional. And you also have opportunity to do a master's of commerce, either in finance or financial planning, or even the FBIM, depending on your performance. So I'll be around to take any questions that you may have, as long as you put them in Q&A. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Patricia Schul, and I'm going to be speaking to you about the Bachelor of Commerce Honours in Management Accounting. We've been running the Bachelor of Commerce Honours in Management Accounting now since 2018, and we are accepting about 35 students every year into the program. The entrance requirement for the Honours in Management Accounting is a 3-year BCom accounting degree or equivalent with managerial accounting and finance and financial accounting at 3rd year level. So you have to have completed management accounting and finance and financial accounting minimally at 3rd year level as in your BCom accounting degree. Currently, the program is only offered on the Westville campus. It's offered on what we call a full-time block release basis over 1 year. And the full-time block release basis means that you do come on campus, but you come on campus 3 days a week, once a month during term time. So you come on campus for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, full day, every month, once a month. And the program is put up, and the days that you're required to be on campus are put up at the beginning of the year so that you can plan for that if you are working. So the modules, the course modules, I'll talk more about the CIMA accreditation on the next slide, but the course modules that we have, which are designed to align with the CIMA syllabus, are performance and decision management, which is similar to the advanced management accounting course, applied business management, and financial strategy A. Those are your 3 semester 1 courses. The module that is perhaps quite different from anything you would have studied at undergrad in your BCom accounting is the applied business management module, but that does introduce you to a lot of the data analytics and strategic management issues which are necessary for you to be successful in business today as a management accountant. Financial strategy A covers, in fact, a lot of financial reporting and introduces you to some financial management as well. In the second semester, you move on to business strategy, risk and control strategy, and financial strategy B. So business strategy moves in more, it is a follow-on from the applied business management course and delves more deeply and at a higher level into business strategy or strategic planning. Risk and control strategy covers a lot of internal audit and risk management from an inside business perspective, as opposed to auditing, which is done in the PGDA, which is more from an external audit perspective. So risk and control looks at managing risks from an internal business perspective. Financial strategy B is more focused on less on financial reporting and more on financial management. Importantly, because this is an honours degree, you must also take note of the fact that you also have to complete a research project during the course of the year. It's an annual course carrying 32 credit points. All honours courses registered in South Africa, registered with the higher education department, have a mandatory research project, and that is a very important part of the course. And I think it's important that you recognize, if you plan on taking the course, that you are going to have to complete that research project as well. But the advantage of that is it sets you up quite nicely if you want to move on later to do a master's degree. On the second slide here, I've got some information about the accreditation. We are accredited with the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. We receive accreditation all the way up to the managerial case study level. So if you look at the table in front of you there are 4 levels in the CIMA syllabus, basically, starting from a certificate level, moving all the way up to the strategic level. We at UKZN, if you've got a BCom accounting degree as well as an honours in management accounting, we get credit for the first 9 of those courses. So all of the certificate level, all of the operational level, including the case study, and then the 3 coursework modules in the management level. And students then, once they register with CIMA, only have to start at the management case study level. So that would be the first exam that you're required to sit with CIMA directly. And then the top 3 modules, strategic management, risk management, and financial strategy, you have to write with CIMA directly as well before you write their case study exam, their final case study exam, which is their standard setting exam similar to the ITC and qualifies you as a management accountant. So there's no university that gets accreditation from that final strategic level. So we do in fact get a full suite of exemptions that are permitted in line with any other university offering a management accounting honors degree. If you need to have any further information about the course, you're welcome to contact me, either me or Jan Waber, who is the administrator for our program, and our contact details are there for you on the slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shawa. My name is Dr. Sipiwe Mkadi, the Interim Program Manager for the BCom Honors in Accounting. This is a new and exciting program. I always like to add exciting, because in South Africa, as we know, there's currently a scarcity of registered professional accountants. The South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, which is SAICA, is predominantly the major contributor to the production of professional chartered accountants. But this is actually insufficient to address the skills gap in the accounting field. Further to that, the School of Accounting, Economics and Finance is offering this new Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting honors degree to equip graduates with practical knowledge on international trends, as most businesses or companies are going global and integrating their businesses with the international community. So with those 2 reasons, there arose a need for us to actually come up with the Bachelor of Commerce in Honors in Accounting, which is an ACCA accredited degree, meaning it is a program that is accredited with the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, which is a UK program. This is a worldwide recognized program where graduates become part of the global community of more than 600,000 associates worldwide. The ACCA accreditation, the ACCA professional qualification is globally recognized in more than 180 countries and is also recognized by more than 8,500 employers globally. The modules that you will be dealing with is, one of them is an advanced accounting, which developed the candidates to understand, integrate and apply financial accounting principles, concepts, and techniques. You will also deal with advanced financial management, which develops the candidates' advanced knowledge and skills in financial management and the treasury function. Advanced taxation, that develops the candidate's ability to understand, apply, and integrate both the South African and also international taxation principles, concepts, and techniques. Advanced performance management will develop the candidate's advanced knowledge and skills in performance management and evaluation. And lastly, because it is an honors program, you will have to do a research project which will develop the candidate's ability to apply acceptable research methodologies and report writing skills under supervision, of course, and to lay the foundation for future research, for example, if you want to pursue a master's degree. The entry requirements for this degree is a completed Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting, which is SAICA accredited or equivalent degree. And the program is a 1-year full-time block release program candidates can expect to attend lectures on 3 full days per month during each semester, which is a lecture block, as with the previous program, the Bachelor of Commerce in Management Accounting. And obviously, academics are always there to provide you ongoing support and feedback via the university's online learning management system between these lecture blocks. Thank you very much. And I hope we're all excited about this very new program.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zamanguni Gumede. I'm the program manager for Masters in Taxation. Now, who can apply for this particular program, or maybe why a Masters in Taxation? Well, I think it's mainly because anyone who wants to differentiate themselves, move up the corporate ladder, or run their own practice, or even improve their service offering if they are currently a tax practitioner. The program is designed specifically to meet the needs of tax practitioners for specialist knowledge, laws, policies, and procedures relating to taxes levied in South Africa and internationally, and for highly developed skills in interpretation and application of tax legislation and policies. So if you are looking to advance your knowledge and skills in taxation, this is definitely the program for you. The program aims to build independent thinkers and problem solvers who can interpret the tax legislation and who can apply theory to practical real-life situations. In terms of criteria, we are looking at individuals who have a bachelor honors degree in accounting or a post-diploma in accounting, which would be your PGDA or your CTA. However, in addition to that, we are also looking at a Bachelor of Laws, but for candidates who have a background in taxation. So within their qualification, they must have done a taxation module or a number of taxation modules to have that bit of a background. Then in terms of the outcomes from this program is we're looking to ensure that our graduates have a sound conceptual understanding of the relevant theories and approaches, as well as taxation, legislative, and policy frameworks. Not only this, but the program also aims to produce graduates who have strong research skills, who are capable of advancing knowledge in the field of taxation. So in my next slide, I talk about the syllabus and how then we break it down into manageable portions for the students. So this will be broken down into 5 modules, which are taxation research methods. This module is specifically related to the research component of the qualification because it is a coursework master's. And then the other coursework modules include income tax, both South African and international tax, income tax and estate planning, special topics in taxation. This module specifically focuses on updates, the continuous updates that happen in the taxation space. So it looks at that specifically. And then the 5th module is the research dissertation in taxation. Then in terms of the research component, we are looking at approximately 20,000 words because it's not a full research master's, but a coursework master's. There is quite a bit of support around this particular area of the qualification, since we understand that our participants are coming from probably a background where they hadn't done a research assignment previously, and some have. So we sort of try to bridge that gap by having all the form of support that comes into play in this regard. And then in terms of assignments, because the modules are also offered on a block release method, then the assessments are also aligned within these block lectures. So that's how it would be assessed per module. And within those assessments, there are various types of assessments that are included. It could be case studies, tests, assignments, presentations, essays, and others. And then in terms of time management, because the timetable is presented to students at the beginning of the course, they're able to structure themselves around this particular course. And it is a one-year course if you are doing it. In terms of the block release, these are evening classes that are being offered for this particular course. So you are able to do it in line with the work that you are currently in if you are working. So it enables you to manage your time around this. The reason why I mentioned time management is that we've seen students who've effectively worked through the course. They've done so because they've managed their time quite well, and this would be helpful for you upfront. Then in terms of support, there are a few trainings that are provided for students as well as for university systems, so students understand and familiarize themselves with the different systems in order to assist them in completing their qualification. Otherwise, I'll take questions at the Q&A session. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Sanele Kumete. I'll take you through to the Master of Commerce in Maritime Studies that we offer. Okay. Understanding the maritime transport system, it carries over 80% of global commodity trade. If you count in South Africa, that carries at about 90% and above. The Master of Commerce is then, of course, designed to develop specialists, of course, in the field, which assist people working with the maritime economics, maritime law, and also people working in the transport sector. The program, by design, is recommended for those individuals working with involved in the public sector, in transportation, also involved in trade, accounting, and law, involved with customs and excise. So the professional dealing in the maritime sector. In my next slide, I'll speak about the course structure first. So the structure consists of 60 credit points plus a 20,000 minute dissertation, 10,000 words minute dissertation, which compulsory for all masters it's in South Africa that you have a dissertation. So these 6 modules are from a broad spread of the shipping, law, maritime and port economics, and other contemporary issues in maritime sector. To be more specific, next year we're offering an advanced analysis of sea freight market, the advanced carriage of goods by sea, advanced international business transactions and shipping, port governance and regulation, research methods in maritime studies, and of course we have special topics in maritime studies, of which next year we're offering South Africa's maritime transport policy in that field. The program is offered at a block, and to accommodate students outside of Durban, usually it's offered just throughout the weekend, and it's offered from a Friday evening towards, of course, the weekend. So attending 3 days per month. But if COVID continues, that means that we're still going to be able to offer it online next year. This program can be completed in 1 year, full time, or you could do it over 2 years, split it over 2 years if you want to do it part-time. For students working full-time, I would like to recommend that they try do it part-time, but if also considering your workload, if you can manage it 1 year, or maybe you could do it 1 year. The entrance requirement for this program is an honors equivalent degree in commerce, law, engineering, or science. So candidates with a Bachelor of Business Science for a degree, for instance, honors in any of the commerce fields, could be an LLB or an engineering degree or any science degree, and at an NQF level 8, we can take you to do this program. Or if you do have a less NQF level 7, or you are a full member of the Institute for Chartership Broker, we can take you to do the Masters of Commerce in the Maritime Studies. Upon completing this program, if you still want to continue, you could move to a PhD program, or you could, from the network and connections, you could get yourself employed postgrad at UKZN.ac.za, or for any academic queries, you can contact me. My email address, kumede@ukzn.ac.za. Otherwise, I will take questions as well in the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you to all the program managers who've just completed their presentation. I think this session has been a very good session. We're moving into the Q&A session. They've indicated, for example, that they will take the questions live. Dr. Mqadi will guide us in terms of who will come in first in the Q&A session. Maybe just to add some of the sort of soft skills that we do train our students on. We train students on introduction to data analytics, entrepreneurship, and work readiness to make sure that our graduates, when they leave, they have a complete skills approaching industry so that they can be employable. Dr. Mqadi, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nomlala, and all the program managers. Thank you so much for the information that you've given us today. The chats are quite very much buzzing. Just to remind all our delegates today that you can obviously ask your question, early burning question from our Q&A. I will start from the chat. And the first question, obviously, from the chat is Anonymous, who would like to ask about the ACCA accreditation, which is an honors program. And what does it mean exactly? Does it mean that students who complete the honors program will receive some exemption from the ACCA exam? That is correct. The honors program propels you to the stage where you can actually register with the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants to write their professional exams. So it actually catapults you to that stage where you can only write the professional exams straight from ACA. All right, Doga, I think what was posing this question to Dr. Faiza in terms of entry, what are the minimum requirements? I don't know if Dr. Faiza would like to come back.
Sure, thank you, Dr. Mqadi. I wasn't certain that that was actually my program. That's why I didn't respond to it in the Q&A. However, the minimum requirements for the postgrad diploma in FBIM is that you either have an NQF level 7 degree, undergrad degree, or that you have an NQF level 6, which is a diploma, plus a 2 years of working experience in the financial services sector.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Faiza. Just two more questions on your side as well. As FBIM is a self-funded course, are there any bursaries or scholarships? I believe you did touch on this. Maybe if you can just briefly take us. And also another question, is it possible to start the program PGDIP in FBIM in the second semester and finish in semester 1 of the following year?
Yes, thank you. So on the bursary question, yes, there are bursaries available for the PGDIP in FBIM. And usually you will receive a call once the semester has started for you to apply should you be financially needy. And in terms of the question about whether you are able to start in semester 2, this depends on the university policies for that year. So we had I think it was 2019, we were not allowed to take additional students in semester 2, whereas this year we were allowed to.
Okay, and also
we for semester 2 has a logical progression from semester 1, so it is difficult.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, you're quite very busy today, Dr. Faiza. They would like to know, how does it differ from FBIM program? How does it differ from your honors degree in finance, in which one would better to choose as a first-year student looking to go into a career in finance?
Okay, so technically the FBIM is the same NQF level as an honors in finance. The difference is that an honors degree would require you to do a research project as well. And also your admission into the honors degree would be dependent on numbers, etc. for that year. So we do have a lot of students in FBIM who have done an undergrad finance.
Okay, and just one last one again is, are there plans to offer FBIM on a distance learning basis? And Benedict would like to thank us.
Okay.
For a very lovely evening as well.
Thank you, Benedict. We don't have any programs at UKZN that are offered on a distance learning basis. However, the primary mode that we used this year was online learning. And so all assessments and or lectures happen via virtual mediums. However, we're not sure what may occur next year. Our plans for FBIM for the future is to use blended learning, so have some lectures online, but assessments and exams would require physical contact.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Faiza. The next question on the chat before I go to the Q&A, again, if I can just remind you, if you want to pose any questions, you can go to our Q&A and we will attend to your question, and our program managers are still around. They will answer to all your questions. Does it give exemptions for ACCA? And I believe that we've already answered that question, that it propels you all the way where you can actually write the professional exams from ACCA. If I can just go through the Q&A now. Obviously, some of the questions we've already looked into. Ms. Zama, can you do a Master of Taxation if you've completed a PGD FBIM?
Okay, so we have previously looked at this, especially in terms of background information, in terms of a candidate's background qualification. And if they do not have a Bachelor in Honors degree in accounting, unfortunately, they would not be able to come into the program unless we are looking at the exception, which is a Bachelor of Laws.
Thank you very much for that. Dr. Sherwell, for a BCom Honors in Management Accounting, are the exams in person, and how many times in a month will I have to be at UKZN?
Similar to what Dr. Pirbai just said, this year and last year, we were entirely online because of the COVID situation. As soon as we are able to be back on campus, we will start having in-person examinations again. We will continue to offer the program on a blended basis, which is pretty much what we were doing anyway. But the intention would be to also come back to campus for lectures as and when we are permitted to do so. In terms of how often, during term time or during the semester, we have 3 days, once a month. So that works out, the semester is roughly 4 months long. So that's 4 months semester 1 and 4 months for semester 2. And we come on campus for 3 days, once a month, as I said previously. So that is 4 times during the semester. We come on campus for the Thursday, the Friday, and the Saturday, and that's for the full day when we are permitted to be on campus. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shewell. Ms. Zama Gumede, a Master of Taxation, may you please indicate the course to be completed in the Master of Taxation in semester 1 and which courses in semester 2? I assume that the 20,000 word research study is a full year registration. May the research topic be customs and exercise related? When will the supervisor be allocated for the research assignment? I can break these questions.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go through each question. So for the first question that was asked in terms of the semesters and the modules, in the first semester, we start off with taxation research methods. The reason for this is that there's the research component that we want students to continually work on during the year. And then it's followed up by the income tax, which is both South African related and a bit of international tax in there. That is the first semester. Then moving into the second semester, we then have income tax, estate and estate planning, special topics in taxation. Then the research dissertation module is throughout the year. So that is the year-long module as well. So you are correct in saying that it would be for the full year. And then may the research topic be customs and excise related? Yes, that's correct. You may have that topic because it still falls within the taxation realm and it still falls under policy making as well as policies in taxation. When will the supervisor be allocated? So because I did mention that we start off with the taxation research methods module, as soon as that module takes off, we start looking at the topics that the students are developing within that module, and the allocations are made at the beginning of the course in order to facilitate supervision throughout the year. I hope that answers all your questions. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I believe that Suresh is quite happy with that. With an apology with the long question, not to worry. We're here to answer all your questions. Dr. Pirbai, I did see a question which relates to FBIM.
I did answer it. I answered it.
You did answer, okay, that's fine. For clarity, again, Ms. Zama Gumede, for clarity, how many coursework masters, or maybe that question is gone. I think Suresh is sort of.
Okay, I've responded to it, thanks.
Okay, all right. I think I've attended to most or all of the questions. I would like to ask Dr. Nomlala to come back and give us a direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mqadi, for facilitating the Q&A session. And thank you to our special guests for posing very relevant questions. And we appreciate that they are interested in our programs, asking us questions in enabling them to make decisions about program. I think we're moving towards the end of our session. If there are no further questions from our attendees, there is a hand that's been raised by Mongezi. Mongezi, you can go ahead.
Hi there. I just wanted to find out if the slides will be available.
We will make the slides available because you have registered for the session today. We'll make them available for you. Thank you. Are there no further questions from our special guests? If there are no further questions, I'll hand over to Dr. Shewell. Prof. Paul, before Dr. Shewell, Prof. Paul, you can come in.
Thank you, Dr. Nomlara. There is a question that keeps popping up. I did answer it in writing about the coursework masters in FBIM. I did indicate that in the writing that we have the coursework approved by the university, but we are waiting for the Department of Higher Education to give us a go-ahead. So we may not offer it next year, but we plan to start it in 2023. So that question, I think I wanted to clarify that we still need a go-ahead from the Department of Higher Education. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Prof. Paul. There was another hand. I'm not sure if we no longer have any questions there. All right, if there are no questions, further questions from our special guests, I'll hand over to Dr. Shewell.
Thank you, Dr. Nomlala. It's my privilege and pleasure to just be able to thank you for being here this evening and for joining us. We all pleasantly pleased to see how many of you have joined us and have stayed throughout the session as well. And we do really hope that we've been able to answer some of your questions. I would also urge you to share what you've learned with your friends and colleagues and try and encourage them as well to make contact with the SFTP unit in the School of Accounting, Economics and Finance, and so that we can grow our numbers and basically continue to contribute to the Durban business environment in educating people for business here in KZN. So that's our aim. You will, I'm sure, have noted that there's a wide range of programs, but they all aimed ultimately at improving business skills in our KZN economy. So I really do hope that you will share this knowledge widely. Make contact with us if you are interested in any of our programs. And if you have applied, we undertake to try and get outcomes to you as soon as possible, especially if you have already got completed undergrad qualifications. If you have not got completed qualifications, then we will get a final answer to you as soon as we do get those results. You have hopefully seen in the chat, there is the email address for Ms. Kim Henry in our SFTP unit, and she would be happy to take any queries that you have and redirect them to the right person. Also on some of the slides, you will see contact details for the specific programs, and you can email those program managers or administrators directly if you do have the contact details. So if there's no further questions, it's just, as I say, I just want to say thank you, and thank you to the panelists, thank you to my colleagues who have shared their knowledge of their programs with you tonight. And we do hope to see all of you with us next year in one or the other of our programs. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shewell. Our open day evening attendees and colleagues is now finalized and finished. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.